Alright, so now let's focus on the back binding. To create the binding for this case, we want to offset as internal line here, click on there, right click, and we want to select offset as internal line. And I'm going to type in here 0.8 and then click on OK. Next, we want to create the fabric for this. I'm going to measure this line here. So right now it is 20.87 and I'm going to create 20.87 and then here going to be 0.8 and I'm going to click on OK. And let's bring that up a little bit here. And I'm going to shrink this. Simply double click on the center, click and then drag it in, right click. I will change that to 95% and then click on OK. And after that, we will sew this to the t-shirt. To sew it, I will use the segment sewing tool and then click one right here to sew to the top and then click one right here to sew to the bottom. And after that, we want to superimpose that. Simply click on that piece of pattern there, come over here to the 3D window and hover the mouse over that and right click, we want to select superimpose under. All right, let's zoom in here. I'm going to simulate here and stop the simulation. All right, so now we are going to apply the elastic here, the top part. And I'm going to come over here to the property editor, click on that elastic to turn on and change this to, let's say 3, and then here 95. Press on the tab key to confirm and let's simulate one more time here. All right, that looks about right. So after that, we want to create 2 internal line here so we can apply the top stitches. To do so, I will use this edit pattern tool, click on this top here and then press on shift, click on this bottom here. And I'm going to right click and we want to select offset as internal line. And I'm going to type in 0.2 here and then click on OK. Next, we want to apply top stitches onto that 2 line. To apply the top stitches, I will come up here and then click on the top stitch tool and select the segment top stitch, okay? And I'm going to click one right there and click one right here to apply onto the pattern. All right, so it looks like we don't have the top stitch here because we need to flip this inside out. To do so, I'm going to marquee select that piece right there, come to this 3D window, hover the mouse on top of the gizmo, right click, and we want to select flip normal. And I'm going to deselect here, so now we can see these top stitches. However though, we want to change the offset of the top stitch as well as the color. To do so, I will come over here and click on this top stitch edit tool and then come over here, click on that default top stitch. First of all, let me change the name here to binding and then I'm going to customize that top stitch. So first of all, come over here and then we want to change offset here to 0 and then we will continue come down here. We will change the to single and then I want to change the color here. I will use this eyedropper tool. Click on the t-shirt here and then I'm going to press on escape to get out and let's simply drag it down to get a little bit darker here and then I'm going to click on apply and close. Alright, so now let's simulate it one more time to see the effects. So right now let's change the particle distance here for that piece of fabric into a little bit smaller. How about 3 and then press on return enter on the keyboard and I'm going to click on yes here and let's strengthen that piece first and then simulate. So stop it. I'm going to right click on that gizmo and then we want to select superimpose under one more time here and then let's simulate one more time and now we can see the pattern. I'm going to unstrengthen here. Right now we got to see this binding right underneath back of the t-shirt. Next we want to apply the top stitches around the neckband as well as overlock top stitches underneath the front neckband. So to do that, we're going to create more top stitches. First of all, let's come over here to this edit top stitch tool, click on the top stitch and I want to create a copy here and I'm going to name this single next and then all. And then I'm going to simply use the segment top stitch and click one right here for the back and also we want to click one right here for the front. And if we look at closely here, we want to change the offset here to somewhat a little bit off down here. I will come over here and click on that single neck all top stitch and then come down here. We want to change the offset to 1/116. And there you go. Now we have the perfect top stitches around the neck as well as onto the binding.